Hey, you guys, this is Brian Head Welch from the band Korn, and I want to give a huge 25th anniversary congratulations to Dave Ramsey and his whole organization and team. What a huge accomplishment, you guys. Wow, congratulations, Dave. You know what? Many of my family members in California just started taking the courses in the last year. So you know what? I believe that your impact is going to keep growing and growing and growing. So here's to the next 25 years. You guys keep working hard, keep going. See ya.
Wow. Thanks, Brian. My cool factor just went way up. If you just have Brian Head Welch ever say your name out loud, that's like makes you pretty cool right there. Pretty fun stuff. Very cool. So we continue our 25th anniversary segments here in the month of September. By next month, you'll be shed of us. We won't do it anymore, we promise. But we continue to celebrate. We've been taking a segment every so often and reminiscing in some way or another. And, you know, one of the things that is iconic about this show, if you didn't know, is the debt-free scream. Usually once an hour, somebody has gotten in touch with Kelly and gotten in line. It's about a 6-week backup most of the time to, call in or come into the lobby and tell their story. I interview you, learn a little bit about your story, and we record it on YouTube, and it's on our YouTube channel. You can watch the debt-free screams. You can watch it live, and you can certainly listen to it on radio anywhere in the United States with 590 stations. So it's just iconic. It's when people think of Dave Ramsey, one of the things they think about is the debt-free scream. And it is one of those happy accidents, in a sense, that happened on radio. The first time it happened, I think I don't know the exact date, and I was trying to calculate the other day because we're talking about it, somewhere 17, 18 years ago, something like that. A lady called in. I do remember she was from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And she was from the time I picked up the phone, she was on fire. I mean, she basically verbally machine gunned me when I picked up the phone. She was like, I did it, Dave, I did it, 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 Dave, I did it, I got out of debt, Dave, I've been working extra jobs, Dave, I got out of debt, man, I did it. I sold everything. I had a garage sale, man. A guy came to my house. I sold the bushes out of the front of the house, Dave. We're debt free. We're debt free. We're debt free. And she hung up. I'm like, what just happened? It was so long ago that we had a fax machine. You remember those? We had a fax machine. You could fax in questions and comments on the show. And the fax machine, the studio, the fax machine goes off and starts going, brrr, 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 brrr. And people are writing in on the fax. That's the best call you've ever had. That's awesome, Dave. That's awesome. And I didn't do anything. I didn't even say anything. I picked up the phone and she took off. And then she hung up. It was not a conversation. That was the first debt-free scream. Blake and I are laughing about it, and we were laughing about everybody's response. It was so visceral. It was so passionate. And everybody's like, yeah, that's how it feels. You pay a price to win. That's how it feels, man. And this old country guy calls up about 2 weeks later. Hey, Dave, I want to do that debt-free scream thing, Dave. I want to do that scream. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? That woman that called in and screamed she's debt-free. I want to do that. I'm like, you want to scream your debt? Well, tell me what happened. I've been working, man. I've been working my butt off. I've been working like 3 jobs. It's crazy, man. I've done all this. I got this. I paid off $65,000 in debt. I said, well, okay. If you want to scream your debt free, scream it. I'm debt free. And he hung up. I thought, man, this is weird. But, again, the fax machine goes off. That's so cool. Y'all do that all the time. I'm like, okay, maybe we should. It wasn't like something we dreamed up and said, this will be a really cool idea, and it'll be a great marketing icon 25 years later, and everyone will know us for this. No, it wasn't like that at all. It was more like these people wanted to celebrate their hard work and their victory, and we were just the place for them to do that. Absolutely incredible. And so we said, hey, if you want to call in and tell your story and do a debt-free scream, that's fine. Well, then we go on Fox Business Network. If you didn't know, we when Fox Business Network very first opened, we were one of the shows that opened the network, with the whatever you call that, the debut of the network. Had a show in the evenings there, an hour show every night in prime time. It was very popular for about 6 months, and then it went down, and was horrible as they shifted their audience towards older people. And we don't have a lot of older people in our audience. Most of our people are younger. And anyway, we were on there for 2 years, and we were doing debt-free screams for 2 years. People would call in. Well, this guy he comes to our office from Indianapolis. We're in Nashville. We had a mailbox outside. He comes on Saturday. We're closed on Saturday, but he knew that. He came anyway. He took a picture of himself mailing his last payment into that mailbox outside of our office, mailed us the picture to use on Fox Business when he did his debt-free scream. I'm like, dude, why did you drive to Nashville to mail your payment? Because, Dave, that's where it all happened, man. That's Financial Peace Plaza. That's your place. This is the place, man. This is the deal. And man, I had to be there in your place. And well, then if you don't know, the show is on the glass and it's across a lobby. I'm looking out right now at folks sitting out here, and we have a place called Martha's Place that Miss Dorothy runs over there, and it's got free coffee and cookies and homemade everything, and it's all free. And got a bookstore over there. People come in and they come in to want to do their debt-free scream and use the telephone over there by the cash register, because they could grab the cord and rip across and look through the doorway at me in the glass on the other side of the lobby, so we could talk across the lobby in a sense. And then they kept doing that till they kept pulling the phone. They pulled it out of the wall and broke my phone. And we kept doing these debt-free screams, and it was scratchy. Crazy. So then we finally just put sports headsets in here, like I wear every day. And makes it easy to control the microphone, and the people get the right volume and so forth there. So we put all of that in place, and then people stand over there and look across the lobby now, and I can just have an actual conversation, and they're not tearing up stuff, and then they do their debt-free scream. So a lot of people want to travel here to do their debt-free scream here. So they come from Seattle, they come from Indianapolis, they come from Dallas, they come from Phoenix, they come from Miami and New York, they come from everywhere. It's unbelievable, man. And it's amazing but it's all about, they just want to have that moment of celebration that just after doing all the hard work. And of course, some of them are really funny and fun, and some of them are really sad. And the number of times someone starts a debt-free journey and then loses a spouse during that time. 32 years old, he dies of cancer. But he said, finish this. And she finishes it, and she's standing here, 34 years old with a couple of little kids as a widow and doing her debt-free scream. And we're all crying like, 13-year-old girls. Is unbelievable. It just makes us all bawl. Or people that have fought through cancer while they were getting out of debt, all that kind of stuff. The whole thing all the way around. I mean, it's pretty amazing. And now we got a real strict screening process to get to do your debt-free scream. Kelly is in charge of all things strict here, and that's just one of them. And so, like, if you're still using your credit card, we're not going to let you do your debt-free scream. If you turn around and went back in debt, you're not going to do a debt-free scream. And if you hadn't figured out how to do the stuff we're teaching and you're just half-butt doing this, we don't want to glorify that. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to get people to do the stuff that helps them win, that causes them to succeed. And so, you gotta have, you can't, I paid off $2,000 and it took me 8 years. That nobody wants to listen to that crap. We're not putting that on the air. But, so Kelly, she talks you through this. And so don't just book a trip and show up here and think you're going to do your debt-free scream. You got to talk to Kelly. You got to go through the screening process, and, we got to make sure you're real and all that. And then we'll book you in here and get you on a schedule. So don't just show up. It's backed up like 6 weeks. It's a big deal now. The debt-free screams, part of our 25th anniversary celebration. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.